You prepared? Very good. Good evening. Welcome to the Finance and Audit Committee regular meeting on Thursday, January 22nd. I'd like to have the clerk call the roll, please.
Yes, good evening. Director Weber.
Here.
Director Stark.
Here.
Director Clark.
Here.
And for the record, Director Jones is absent this evening and she let us know that beforehand. Thank you.
Very good. That moves us on to public opportunity for discussions of matters of public interest within the committee scope, including items on or not on the agenda. Do we have any speakers?
I have no speaker cards. Anybody wishing to make a public comment? And anybody online, please use the raise your hand feature. No public comments for this committee. Thank you.
That being the case, we'll move on to consent items. Questions, motions, seconds, or?
I have no questions and I'll second.
Very good. Call the roll, please.
Director Clark.
Aye.
Director Weber.
Aye.
Director Stark.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
And now we have a presentation items, bi-monthly financial report through October 31st, 2025, CFO David O'Toole.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, directors, Chief Wagaman, colleagues, members of the public. Tonight's bi-monthly fiscal report covers the first 4 months of the fiscal year through October. This presentation and report are provided to help you identify trends within the fiscal year, even after 4 months, and sort of monitor fiscal performance as well. This report is coming in January and it's through October. And the reason for that is we don't have a board meeting. We don't have a finance and audit committee in December. So this gets carried over to January, which means you'll get another meeting in February with the report through December. So sort of an interim report here. All right, so next slide. There we go. This chart is the total cash balance trends throughout the end of October. And the red line is the current year. The green line is prior year for comparison there. And the trajectory after 4 months shows that mainly the impact of Measure O bond proceeds. We just have a higher cash balance from all funds at $116.1 million, and which is about $115 million more than last year. So it does help with the cash for all funds. Next slide is general fund revenue. So the next few slides are going to be on general fund and related activity. This chart shows that, again, the red line is this year and the green line is prior year, 24, 25. The blue line is final budget. And if you follow the blue line all the way to the right, you can see total revenues expected for the year tied to the final budget, $341.7 million. And as indicated by the arrows for the month of October, we were at $30.3 million for total revenues, about $7 million more than prior year, and about 600,000 or so, you can't really tell there, but about 600,000 under where we expected to be in October, which is very, very early. Of course, we haven't seen the big rises from property taxes with big jumps you see on the slide there, so it doesn't really tell us a whole lot. A component of general fund revenues, of course, is EMS revenues. And the medical revenues after 4 months shown in the red line are $18.5 million. And compared to last year, that's about $1.9 million higher. So we are tracking well with, at least through the end of October, tracking well with the expected $50.2 million in revenues for EMS. Take a closer look at that next month. The next two slides are PPGMT. This slide, which is the Public Provider Ground Emergency Medical Transport Program, which now goes directly into the general fund. So pull it out for these special 2 slides just to be able to kind of see where we are with this relatively new program, I guess. What we're seeing here is each bar is a quarter. And so for about 30 months there, we have the quarters shown, and they're compared to the expected revenues for that quarter. So the amount estimated but still not received over that 30-month period is down to 1.4 million, shown on the slide there. And we've collected 51.9 million. So a large portion of it. And I think what we will probably see, you can see that one, two, three of them are over 100% in sort of the second half, a little bit more than the second half of those quarters. Expect to see those keep coming up in future reports. And this is for this fiscal year. So it's PPGMT for this fiscal year through October. The gray column at the left there shows the monthly revenues as expected, about 2.2 million. The red columns are the actual amounts collected for those months, some of which are attributable to transports that occurred in prior years, but it was received in these designated months. In October, we were under target by about 260,000. It's the difference between the gray bar and the last red bar there on the right. As noted on the slide, anticipated collections through this month were 8.5 million, and the amount of actual collections was 8.9 million. So as of October, a little bit ahead on PPGMT. Now moving from revenues to expenditures, this is total expenditures, general fund. After 4 months, actual general fund expenditures are 115.8 million almost, which is actually $13 million less than we have in the budget at this point. You can kind of see the gap with the blue line there, and about $2.8 million more than last year, which is the green line. Some of the reasons for that difference between budget and actuals are kind of follow the line there. It anticipates kind of a steady growth of expenditures, and that really doesn't happen. There's always a little, especially on the service and supply side, there's more variance with spending. So we have some equipment that hasn't been purchased. We have some travel and training that's scheduled later in the year. So we're a little bit low right now, but I expect us to come back closer to the expected expenditures. This next slide takes a subcomponent of that, and this will kind of the point I just made will be kind of underscores that. So this is labor costs, and we're tracking right where we thought we'd be with the budget. So the $13 million difference we saw on the prior slide is all outside of labor. It's all service and supplies. Let's see, as noted on this slide, actual labor costs were about $3.8 million higher than last year and almost exactly the amount budgeted. That these differences about 30,000, in fact. So how's that for some precise budgeting? So that's the last of the general fund revenue expenditure slides. I'll move us on to the reserve balances. So you see here after 4 months through October, we're tracking pretty closely with the prior year numbers there with general fund reserve balances. Let's see, we're at negative 44.4 million versus negative 46.3 million last year. For reference, the purple dotted line across the top there, that's where a 15% reserve would be about 45 million. So kind of see how we track along there. This slide is the CERT and SEPT, and that is the California Employees Retirement Benefit Trust, which is the OPEB trust fund, and the California Employers Pension Public Pension Trust, SEPT. That's the pension trust fund. So they're both shown on one slide here. Let's see. We use the CERP fund shown in the top in the top half with the chart there. We use the CERP fund to offset future non-pension related retirement liabilities, mainly health costs called OPEB liabilities or other post-employment benefits. The CERT is made up of contributions over our life of participation in a fund going all the way back to 2013. And balances in this trust fund may only be used to pay off OPEB liabilities. Now, as shown on the slide, since inception, the district has contributed nearly 65.5 million of the 110 million in CERT value. This is where it gets interesting. In just the last 4 months, the total account value in the CERT has grown by 6.6% in just 4 months. On the SEP side, we see something similar. There's a $1 million balance in there, a little over $1 million balance there. The SEP pension fund trust gained 4.8% in market value in the first 4 months of the fiscal year. So really strong returns this fiscal year for both funds. And so for some takeaways, I recommended takeaways here. Cash balances were very high, 116.1 million due to 159 million in Measure O bond proceeds, some other balances, but that was a big part of it. As those bond funds are spent down, we expect the cash balances to get more in line with the historical pre-Measure O averages. With the PPGMT program, approximately 97.3% of the anticipated revenues for the first 30 months have been collected. And fiscal year 25-26 collections this year are ahead of forecast. On the general fund expenditure side, expenditures were $2.9 million higher than last year and 13.9 million below budget. And as previously mentioned, on the OPEB and the pension trust, we're having really strong returns after just 4 months, 6.6 and 4.8% respectively. So those are the takeaways I have for the bi-monthly fiscal report. And this is a presentation item only, and my recommendation is to receive and file, and I'll take any questions you might have.
Yes, Dave, what is the actual percentage of labor costs? 79, 80, 81? Right
In
now?
the final, I think I know, in the final budget, it's 80%, 80.0.
80.0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Did I steal your question? No, did I steal your question?